How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you've seen the news lately, Artemis 2 is being rolled back to the VAB building. And this rollback will actually happen around 9 AM Eastern Standard Time or 2 PM GMT time. So watch this space, we're going to see the rollback today. This comes after a new problem was discovered over the weekend. And unfortunately, it means the launch is now delayed until April. I'm not going to lie, guys, I was really frustrated when I saw the news of this, because the last proper video I put out on Artemis 2 was showing that all the hydrogen leaks were sorted, everything was all ready to go. We were going to be going to the moon. And then I go to bed, I wake up, and then I'm like, oh damn, they've actually changed it. They found another leak, and it happens to be helium this time.
Bloody helium!
So engineers actually found a interruption in the helium flow inside the Interim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage. Helium is critical because it purges the engines, it pressurizes the liquid hydrogen tanks, and it also pressurizes the liquid oxygen tank. Without proper helium flow, the system can't operate safely. Because of this, NASA made the decision to roll the rocket back. And that rollback is happening today. Once it's inside the vehicle assembly building, engineers can inspect and fix the issue. So what might actually be causing it? NASA says the fault could be a filter issue between the ground system and the vehicle, a problem with the umbilical quick disconnect connection, or a failed onboard check valve. Interestingly, a similar failure actually happened during Artemis 1. Even though corrective steps were taken for Artemis 2, the key point is this. Any of these problems can only be properly diagnosed and repaired inside the VAB. That's why this rollback is necessary. So this is why we're getting delays, more delays. Because of the rollback and repair time, the March launch window is no longer possible. The current target now is no earlier than April. I know it is so frustrating. We were really looking forward to it. I know I was. I know a lot of people watching my videos do. But when you're sending humans around the moon for the first time in over 50 years, there's no room for risk. Safety always comes first. So spaceflight has always involved setbacks. Even during the Apollo era, delays and technical issues were common. Neil Armstrong himself actually had a mission cut short before Apollo 11. And then a few years later, he became the first person to walk on the moon. Artemis is a long-term program designed to return humans to the moon, build a sustainable lunar presence, and prepare for future missions to Mars. This is just one step in a much bigger journey, guys. Because Artemis 2 isn't just another test flight, this mission will send 4 astronauts around the moon, then back to Earth, travelling further from our planet than any other humans have gone since the Apollo era. They won't land this time, but what they're going to be doing is incredibly important. They're testing the Orion spacecraft with a crew on board. They're testing life support systems, navigation, communication, and also re-entry at lunar return speeds. All of this has to work perfectly before Artemis 3 can even attempt a landing. So that's why delays like this happen, because in human spaceflight there's no margin for any error. So why helium matters and why you should be worried. Now some people might be wondering, what is the problem with the helium issue? And why has that caused a big delay? Helium might actually sound minor, but in a rocket system it plays a critical role. It's used to pressurize the fuel tanks, it keeps propellants flowing correctly, and it helps purge and protect sensitive engineering systems. If the pressure isn't exactly right, the engines may not perform properly. And when you're dealing with cryogenic fuels at extremely low temperatures, even small problems can become major risks. And that's why NASA isn't taking any chances. And you're probably wondering why this rollback is necessary. Why does the rocket have to be rolled all the way back? The reason is simple. Once the rocket is inside the vehicle assembly building, engineers have full access to all the systems. They can then run detailed inspections, replace components, perform safety checks, and verify the fix before the rollout happens again. Unfortunately, when the rocket is on the launch pad, they can't do all that, so it has to go back to the VAB. So this is the reality of human spaceflight. Spaceflight isn't fast, it never has been. During the Apollo program, there were multiple delays, technical failures, and unexpected problems. The difference today is that we hear about everything in real time, every leak, every delay, and every technical concern. And while that can feel frustrating, it also shows how serious safety is being taken these days. So unfortunately, guys, the rollback is happening today, and it's very disappointing. I know, another issue, another delay, and we're waiting even longer. But this is exactly what responsible spaceflight actually looks like. Every system needs to be checked, every risk reduced, and every detail verified. Because when Artemis 2 launches, those 4 astronauts will be trusting that everything works exactly as it should. And when that launch finally happens, it won't just be another mission, it will mark the moment humans return to deep space once again. And it'll be the first step towards a permanent presence beyond Earth, and the beginning of the next era of exploration.